Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Of course, it has been quite a good mood for the JSE for most of the week. I think we just had a dip on Monday or on Tuesday, but really it's mostly been red trading as we see some buying action there. On the local bourse, we are seeing the all share with a gain of almost 0.1% on the day. The financial 15 leading those gains. They're advancing 0.8%, followed by the industrial 25. They're inching higher by almost 0.33%, but backing that overall trend and slumping into red territory is the resources 10 complex. There with a decline of more than 1%. Let's take a look at what is happening there on the U.S. markets. Of course, we did have those markets on Wall Street. You're trading at record highs yesterday and closing off at record highs yesterday, so extending those gains that we had seen over there. Of course, the optimistic tone coming from the cooling of the U.S. inflation in April from March, and of course, stirring hopes there that we might see a cut from the Fed at some point. So the S&P 500 up more than 0.1%. The tech-heavy Nasdaq with a gain of almost a similar margin, and the Dow there advancing more than 0.25%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the European markets and across the Atlantic. Although we do have this optimism coming from the cooling inflation picture in the U.S., it seems that earnings may be dampening some investor sentiment on that front, so not participating in the rally that we are seeing across the board. The FTSE 100 declining more than 0.1%, the CAC 40 down by more than 0.6%, and the DAX there slumping almost 0.75%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene and start off with how the Rand is doing against some of the major currencies. More strength coming through to the Rand, of course, as you are seeing it inching closer to that 18 Rand level against the US dollar. Now standing at 18 Rand 22, against the pound at 23 Rand 8 cents, and against the euro at 19 Rand 80.